lovers. If you love Mickey Mouse, if you like Disney, give me a D in the comments. Okay. Now, at the top of the year, I told you that Disney's very first iteration of Mickey Mouse, who was called Steamboat Willie, was entering into the public domain, right? Meaning that you could take it and do what you wanted with it. While copyrights and trademarks exist, they only last for so long, specifically copyrights. After a certain amount of time, copyrights expire and things go into the public domain. I don't know if you guys remember that movie Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. The reason that was able to be made was because Pride and Prejudice was in the public domain. Abraham Lincoln and the Vampires, right? All of these kind of old stories are in the public domain so people can do what they want with them, right? But as we move forward in time, some of our beloved things, they're coming into public domain, like Winnie the Pooh and Piglet came into the public domain. They made a horror movie out of that. Popeye came into the public domain. They made a horror movie out of that. Right? So Steamboat Willie is in the public domain, so people can do what they want with it. But apparently Disney is not they're not trying to have that. They're not trying to let it go because they're still trying to enforce their trademark and copyright rights over the earliest version, Steamboat Willie. So people are suing over whether Disney can still enforce their rights over Steamboat Willie. Now, here's the issue. Yes, Steamboat Willie, the character itself, it's in the public domain, right? But Disney is trying to enforce rights using trademarks over derivative and modern versions. So some people are, like we talked about that story where there was that online store that was selling Disney jewelry but named it Steamboat Willie or Mickey 1968, but it was very modern looking. So people are trying to use the Steamboat Willie moniker to get around some of Disney's stuff, and Disney's like, no. But some of them are genuinely just trying to use Steamboat Willie, so they are asking the courts to determine the boundaries of Disney's right. What parts of the original Mickey Mouse are free to use? What parts can Disney continue to enforce? Now, Disney has been enforcing these things, sometimes using the music associated with Steamboat Willie, sometimes with, film, but the actual character in and of itself, if you tried to draw it and sell it, that's something you could do. But you don't want to get into the territory of using the audio and visual stuff around it. Okay. But Disney wants to hold on to this intellectual property because that's how they make their money. So they want to deter as many people as possible from taking advantage of these fair use and public domain things. So they're just trying to be a nuisance in the streets, or at least that's how I take it. But we'll see what the courts say about Disney trying to hold on to Steamboat Willie. But just for specifically for my crafters out there, you want to be careful when you're trying to, venture into that Disney territory. You do not want that smoke with them. Okay. All right. So those